Evening viewer, welcome to our FTV English version. Here's a breaking news. Russia and Ukraine are still as far apart as ever, with the two warning countries unable to make a significant breakthrough in direct talks in Istanbul. While there was agreement to exchange more prisoners, Moscow and Kyiv remain deeply divided over how to bring the costly and bitter Ukraine war to an end. Russia has shown itself to be particularly uncompromising, handing Ukrainian negotiators a memorandum restating its maximalist hardline terms, which would essentially amount to Ukrainian surrender. Expectations were always low for a Kremlin compromise, but Moscow appears to have eliminated any hint of readiness to soften its demands. The Russian memorandum again calls on Ukraine to withdraw from four partially occupied regions that Russia has annexed but not captured, a territorial concession that Kyiv has repeatedly rejected. It says Ukraine must accept strict limits on its armed forces, never join a military alliance, host foreign troops, or acquire nuclear weapons. It would be Ukrainian demilitarization in its most hardline form, unpalatable to Ukraine and much of Europe, which sees the country as a barrier against further Russian expansion. Other Russian demands includes the restorations of full diplomatic and economic ties, specifically that no reparation will be demanded by either side, and that all Western sanctions on Russia be lifted. It is a Kremlin wish list that, while familiar, speaks volumes about how Moscow continues to imagine the future of Ukraine as a subjugated state in the thrill of Russia, with no significant military of its own nor real independence. The uncompromising positions comes despite two important factors which may have given the Kremlin force. Firstly, Ukraine was developed the technical capability to strike deep inside Russia despite its staggering disparity of territory and resources. The stunning drone strikes recently targeting Russian strategic bombers at bases thousands of miles from Ukraine is a powerful illustration of that. Yeah, Ukraine, it seems, has some cards after all and is using them effectively. Secondly, and arguable more dangerously for Moscow, the Kremlin's latest hardline demands come despite US President Donald Trump's increasing frustrations with his own Ukraine peace efforts. Trump has already expressed annoyance with his Russian counterpart Vladimir Putin, who is that gone absolutely mad after massive Russian strike on Ukraine last week. Behind this exclusive report, FTV English, Delhi, Bharat.